run Stryx, as Antonio briefly mentioned just a second ago. And today I will talk you through about how we became Stryx and what our journey was since we opened until now and what our future may hold. So I will start now. We have formed in 2012. Initially 8 people opened Stryx, and Stryx was a studio space for artists who just graduated from School of Art in Birmingham. It quickly transformed into a space where we wanted to show work, so we started putting walls and dividing the space. The space is quite large, so it allowed us for that kind of development. And we have become an artist-led studio project and exhibition space. We are just around the corner on Paisley Street. Some of you may have visited before. If you haven't been, please come and see us. We are formed of individual practitioners who work together to foster a diverse range of events, exhibitions and projects, both in and out of this space. So we are all practicing artists, some at the moment less able to practice than others. And we usually work with artists who are at the beginning stages of their careers, and we usually are a space that the artists show their work after they graduated or when they move into Birmingham from another place and trying to find a route to establish themselves a little bit more in the Birmingham art scene. I will talk to you about our mission. As a small organisation and volunteer-based organisation, we have a very simple mission. The first point is to foster a diverse range of events, exhibitions and projects, both in and out of the project space. And between 2014 and 2018, we have worked with 127 artists, 11 curators, and both artists and curators were from various levels of the practice development and at different levels of their career stages. We also worked with 33 organizations over the last 4 years. We run quite a busy program of events. We've produced over the 4 years, we produced 43 projects and run 61 events. And I just shown you through some of the photos from various events that have taken place at Stryx. We initiate and develop regional and national artistic collaborations in order to promote and strengthen an accessible and vibrant network of ideas and practices. So here I wanted to tell you about our SUP Residency Program. And we've opened SUP 4 years ago. SUP allows artists, I said Midlands based, but we have opened up a little bit since then, an uninterrupted time and space to develop their projects, as well having the opportunity to integrate themselves into a local artistic community. And the first 3 sub-projects were non-funded, so we have delivered an artist development program using our own resources. The 4th SUP residency, which we ran in 2017, was our first Arts Council funded project. And in that project, we have worked with 5 artists, and we also invited for organisations from around the West Midlands to collaborate with us. So each organisation selected an artist, and we have selected an artist as well. All 5 artists work for 8 weeks at Stryx, developing their practices, and then the final outcomes of the residency, the work that they produced, toured around the West Midlands for 9 months after we finished at Stryx, and I'll show you some of the work that was created during, I'm very loud now, residency. Is it okay? Yeah. Since then, some of those artists have progressed on to studying in London at Royal College of Arts, and have produced solo exhibitions in other galleries, and have progressed onto other projects and opportunities in other galleries. Some of the artists are now working with the Blackhall Club at Vivid as well. Yep. So we try for a program to be as challenging as possible, and we try to engage with artists that produce work that challenges the audience's perception of visual arts. So we engage with artists that practices vary very much from one another. And also we produce events that challenging perceptions of different cultural aspects of the diverse community in Birmingham. We also develop educational activities to deepen understanding of art and how galleries work and produce meaning and advanced knowledge. My background is in education, so I work across with different schools and universities. We work recently with Wolverhampton University and Coventry University. We do artist talks, and we also organise open studio visits from various educational organisations. Okay, so we are running the space on voluntary basis. So we try to make sure that everyone and ourselves are happy. Otherwise, we would probably get really frustrated with what we're doing. So visiting Stryx, you will always get a nice word, a smile, or perhaps even a hug when you come in. We do a lot of hugging. We have to sustain ourselves. We have 10 studios with 10 practicing artists who are based at Stryx for extended periods of time. And running those studios allow us to pay our rent and all the utility bills, and allow artists to use it. The future. So, as I mentioned, we have developed in the past 61 events, 43 of which were exhibitions. The future is uncertain for Stryx. We have recently applied for funding. Unfortunately, we weren't successful with the bid, so at the moment we are in the process of looking at our program and checking of what can be done to sustain the program. We, both Anna and I, because I run Stryx with another person called Anna Katarzyna Domejko, both Anna and I are engaged professionally in full-time jobs elsewhere, and also Anna has a very involved and very active practice as an artist. So to run Stryx and to run project, unfortunately, since 2012, where we were straight after university and probably having more time, to 6 years on, where we are involved in employment and living adult lives, we have significantly less time, but aiming to deliver a high quality events and programs still. So we are reprogramming now, looking at what can be done to sustain the quality and ensure that Stryx stays open for as long as possible. Obviously, Antonio mentioned the development of Birmingham area and the difficulty that spaces face in Digbeth as well is the how safe are we in the spaces where we are now. The lease that we are now have is unprotected, so we might be not like gone whenever the developers come in. Unfortunately, being a small organization, self-funded organization, we don't have means and resources to start planning for the move and looking for other spaces. So the simple answer is the future, we don't know.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Karolina.
Thank you.
Thank you. A round of applause.